Today, I'm gonna do a collective haul. And for people who like Primark, it's your lucky day, because I'm gonna do Primark first. So, I'm gonna start with these socks. Whoa, these socks. And they're just boring, well not boring, they're just fuzzy socks. So that's them. And then I also got these ones. They came in a 2-pack and they are £2. So that's alright, I guess, £1 a pair. And then I also got these slipper socks, and they're just like, they're sort of an orangey colour, and they've got little bobbles on. They're quite comfy, seeing as it's not really cold enough for slippers yet, but I just thought I'd get something to keep me a little bit warm. And then I got something that everybody seems to be getting at the moment. I did have one about a year ago, but it died because I kept burning it when I was cooking and it just melted. So I got this, man, light's so bad, I'm sorry, this jumper, and it's one of the fuzzy ones, and it just looks like this. The only difference with this one, lots of people have been getting a certain type, and I'll show you one of those in a minute, but this one's a bit different because it's got ribbed sleeve here, or rib knit, and then the arms are more like slouchy, so it's a little bit different, and it's more expensive as well. It's like 14 instead of 12. I can't decide whether it's purple or blue, but maybe comment below if you think that you have a specific colour in mind for that. And then I got this one, which is a maroon fluffy one, and this is just the simple fluffy jumper, and it's got pockets, and it's really soft. But these run a bit smaller. These actually come in proper sizes, whereas the other one that I showed you only comes in small, medium and large. So if you were really small, like petite small, and you didn't like wearing baggy stuff, you might not be able to get the other one just because it wouldn't fit. And that one was £12. The next thing I got, I'm kind of annoyed about for a few reasons. Well, not annoyed, just for a few reasons, because these shorts, which when you see them you're like, oh, they're really nice, until you put them on and then you get a front bum in them. Like, I have a bit of chub on the belly, so when I sit down, this seam like pokes in, or not pokes in, cuts down the middle of the flab, which makes it then look like a bum. And maybe it's just that I have to have better posture. Maybe that's the clothes telling me, like, sit up straight, but let's be honest, I'm probably not going to sit up straight. I'm just going to look like I've got a front bum. And then the other thing, I got them home, took the tags off and everything, and then, bam, realised there's a massive, well not massive, there's like it's all come undone where they've sewn it. So now it looks like I've got a chafing problem and my legs have eaten the fabric. But because it's in the middle, nobody can really see it. So I'm not going to return them. I'm just going to wear them. There they are. Again. But they were £10. Pretty good deal. Can't really complain about some chafing issues. Anyway. The next and last thing I got from Primark, yeah, are these little gloves, and they're so cute. They're just, are they foxes? I think they're foxes. Their ears are a bit questionable, which is why I'm not really sure whether they are a fox or not. But they look pretty fox-like, and they're orange, so yeah, they're cute. And these are £2.50, so a pretty good deal as well. And that's it for Primark. Didn't go mental, although it was quite expensive by the time you'd added everything together, which I always find with Primark. Like, individually the things aren't that bad, but together it cost me quite a lot. The next thing I got is another fuzzy jumper, and I got this one from Sheinside. And this one actually ended up being more expensive than the Primark one, so I'm blabbing on about how expensive Primark is, but actually this was more expensive, so I should just shut up. But I'll just show you this one anyway. It's just a green fuzzy cardigan. And the only thing about this is that, if you can see, the arm, like the shoulder bits, aren't really, like, don't come in very far. So it kind of falls off your shoulder sometimes. I'm just like, that's not keeping my shoulder warm. But other than that, it's a pretty good cardigan. And this was, with postage and everything, it ended up being £20. So that's that. Still cute though. I obviously felt the need to buy 3 of the same cardigan after I sadly lost my other one. Just to fill that fluffy cardigan hole in my life. And then the other thing that I got from sheinside were these shoes, or platforms. And the one thing I don't like about these, which I should have expected from the kind of site that it is just a cheapo site, is this detail here. Like on the website, it looked like it was, I thought it was going to be plastic. I didn't think it was going to be metal or anything, but it's literally just a piece of fabric. I could like rip it off, but I don't want to because I'm scared that it's going to leave a mark. I would actually rip it off, but yeah, I'm scared it's going to leave a mark, so I've kind of left it on there. And I actually bought these for a DIY anyway, so I'm not that bothered about them being like amazing quality in case I mess them up anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, I've worn them quite a few times despite the fact that I'm not really keen on that, and they go with pretty much anything. And these were also £20, so pretty good deal. The only other thing that I got from sheinside was this. Ooh. This necklace, and it's just the ones that have been around pretty much everywhere. I know you can get them, like people have been obsessed with them recently, and I know you can get them from Claire's, but that's the only kind of high street place that I've seen them, like cheaper. But this is the cheapest one that I found. This was £1.99 and it was on a bit of a sale, but yeah, it was still £1.99. And actually the jewellery for sheinside is free. Whereas everything else you have to do it by weight, so I don't think I actually paid anything extra for this. Right, having just told you all of that stuff was from sheinside, I was wrong. It's not from sheinside. It's from Lovely Wholesale. This is from sheinside. So, and I was wrong about the postage as well. Everything that I was talking about postage-wise is for Lovely Wholesale. Sheinside postage is actually free. I'm pretty sure because I didn't. Did I? I don't know, I'm confused. If sheinside does charge postage, then it's not very much. So I got this. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not, because this was so cheap. And this is just, oh, it's really nice. It's that jacket, and it's quite boxy, so if you don't suit boxy things, then I would recommend not getting it. I mean, I don't suit boxy things, and I still got it, so obviously I'm not going to be like, no, you can't get it, but, you know, just bear in mind that it is boxy. But yeah, it's really, really nice colouring. On the website, it doesn't look as bright as this, but in person, obviously, it is quite bright. So that's really nice to just style with plain things. And then the last stuff that I have is things that I bought when I went to a Kilo vintage sale in Birmingham, and everything ended up being really reasonable because they had this thing where if you bought 10 kilos or more, which would be, they were selling things at £15 a kilo, so if you bought 10 kilos or more, you actually got £50 off, or it was £10 a kilo. So I suppose if you went over, it'd still be £10 a kilo anyway, it's not £50 off, which kind of makes it worth buying more. Like, obviously depending who you're with, I'm not just going to buy crap so I can pay £100, but me and my mum went together and she bought £50 worth of stuff and I bought £50 worth of stuff. And I know they do lots of different ones around different areas, so if you do go to one, definitely try and go with a friend, or like just make sure that you pay for everything together, just to try and see whether your weights are gonna make 10 kilos, because then it ends up cheaper. So the first thing that I got was really light, probably cost like, I kind of split up in my head as like a specific thing. And I know it's not really like this, but it just made sense for me to do it that way. So this, I got this vest, and it's just like got holes in it. Layer it with a tank top underneath. But I'm telling myself in my head that this was a £5. And then the next thing I got, my mum said, look, they look like pyjamas, but I don't care. They couldn't be pyjamas because they're really comfy. They're these silk, well, they're not silk, they're silk-like trousers with a stretchy waist, which I like because, again, when I sit down, I get a bit of a belly, and I just like things to stretch out so I'm not suffocating or anything. But they are so nice, and I kind of think in my head that these are a £5 as well. And then I got 3 jackets, which I don't really need, but I'm obsessed with leather. So anything that's leather, I will buy. And the first thing I got was this leather jacket. And it just looks like this. Oh no, you can't see the bottom. Can you see it? Yep. So it's quite sporty just because of the cinching at the waist. Well, I feel like it's quite sporty because of this section. And I really liked the different colours on it. I feel like you get a lot of, with the vintage stuff anyway, you get a lot of black, plain leather jackets, and sometimes they're nice, but they might have like a massive rip in it or something. So to find one that's really nice and a bit different and doesn't have any rips in is quite a nice thing to find. And that actually ended up being £10 with all like the discount and everything. Originally it was going to be like 15 or a little bit more than that, but because I weighed them separately to kind of work out how much they would be to see if it was worth it, but that ended up being £10. And then I got this one, which I hope, yeah, you can see it. It's got this like embossed part on the arm, and it's a different type of leather than the rest of it. It's softer, whereas the rest of it's a bit, I don't know, you know when you get like, you get parts of different things of leather where some of it's really hard and then some of it's really soft? Well, this bit is hard and then this bit is soft, probably because of the pattern on there. And it's just, this is more of a what I would kind of class as a classic style because you see so many of them. So it's just, I'll try it on. It's quite baggy and it's got these massive arms. Massive. But yeah, I just really like that one. And again, it was a tenner. So, you know, it wasn't crazy prices. And then the last one I got is this one. And this one kind of smells a bit funky. Like it smells musty. Like it's been in an attic, and everything was in bins, so some stuff ended up smelling more musty than others. So this obviously smelled musty anyway, but then with all the other crap in the bin, it just made it smell even worse. But it's just this jacket. What is it? It's Dino's. I looked up the brand, and you can find stuff like by the same brand online, and it's really similar to this. These designs, and the boy said that it looks like a magician's jacket, but I don't care. I still like it anyway. I've just got to get it dry clean so it doesn't smell like dust anymore. But yeah, that one's that one, and that was £10 as well. Next I got this jumper, and when it comes to vintage stuff, or just any clothing in general, any clothing or jewellery, I really like really garish kind of, I don't know whether to call it disgusting, because it's not disgusting, but it is quite extreme. Like it's not quiet or anything. It's a very loud jumper, and it just looks like this, and then it's got more bits on the back, And these bits are furry as well. And it's got the furry lining along the neckline and the sleeves. And the only thing about this jumper is that the neck's really small, so I can just about fit my head through. It might like catch a bit and I have to take my glasses off, but that's not really an issue. Once it's on, it's fine and it's not itchy or anything. But I'm thinking maybe it's a vintage thing or like an older jumper thing, because my friend bought a vintage jumper and she said she couldn't get it off her head. And I was just like, wow, I couldn't get this one off my head. Maybe it's a thing. And like with the next jumper that I'm going to show you as well, that has a really small head, so maybe it's an older style. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's that. And then the last thing that I got is just this jumper. And it's quite funny really when you're at these kind of sales, because somebody will pick something up and you'll see it out the corner of your eye and you'll be like, oh, I quite like that, like pattern or something. You don't really know what it looks like. And I quite like the pattern of this, but then they'll throw it back in the bin and then you're kind of like, is there a reason they threw it back in the bin? Like, do I have really bad taste, or does it have a rip in it or something? But even if I have really bad taste, I still got it. I still liked it. So yeah, it's just a turtleneck and then has a different knit here with a pattern and then colourful pattern bit here that doesn't stick out. That's just all in the actual knit. And then it's plain up until the sleeve, and then the bottom where it's ribbed. And it might be a bit unflattering, but you know, it's winter. I'm going to be warm and unflattering rather than cold and looking good. So it was an essential. But anyway, that's it for today. And hopefully from now on my filming won't look really crap, because I'm getting a new camera and hopefully that will make the lighting look better and you'll be able to actually see what I'm showing you. So thanks for watching. Bye!